All right, folks, back on the Bossman show, friend of the show, Coach Matt Langel, the Colgate Raiders out of the Patriot League, doing big things as always. Coach, good to see you, man. How are you doing up there, man?
I'm doing better for being with you today, that's for sure.
I hear that, Coach. Let me ask you, man. Hey, man, how's the wife and kids doing, man?
Everybody's doing well. They're growing up too fast, too fast. Got a lot of school ball games and what have you to go to these days, in addition to the Raiders games to get ready for.
Now, how cool is it being like just being dad, not having to be the coach? How cool is that for you, dad?
That's the best. That's the best part of this whole deal is I get to be close to them and watch them grow up. Love every second of it.
Man, I hear that, man. And I must ask you, I watched you play Syracuse, man. It was a great game. I know it wasn't the result you wanted, man, but you all played very well up there against those guys. And talk about that, giving your team that confidence that you can play with a high major level team like Syracuse and almost go up there and carry it don't anymore and get a win.
Well, if you told me you were bringing up that game, I don't know if I would have agreed to come back on the show. We've played well the last few years up there and had won two straight. The first time in I don't know 5+ decades that we had even won, and we had them early in the season. We were playing really well. We were up 24 points in the second half, so that's why I say I don't like to go back there because losing any game when you got that big of a lead is something that sticks with coaches for a while. Obviously tip your cap to Red and his group. They battled tooth and nail to come all the way back, and we didn't handle the pressure too well. But yeah, I think it's a sign of where the program is to be able to go to the Dome where a lot of people struggle, as consistently as we have the last few years and play well and put ourselves in position. I think it definitely is something that this group is grown accustomed to, but we don't take it for granted.
No doubt. And also going that non-league play, playing tough opponents, especially getting that good win at Vermont over John Becker. He's been there for years in the America East, going in this NCAA tournament. So about going up there, Coach Langel, winning that game up there, giving you guys confidence to go up on the road and a tough opponent, a like level opponent as well, winning that game.
Yeah, our non-conference schedule was really hard. I don't study the analytics, but I've been told it was top 50, maybe top 40 in the country. We played at Arizona, at Illinois. Cornell is a really good team. We lost to a Harvard team before their injuries at home. So a lot of really tough opponents. Well, we've been in a home and home series here with Vermont for a few years. We played all close games with them. Again, I think it's just kind of a sign of where the program is that we're able to, for better or worse, because they're hard games, schedule those games against a program like Vermont. John does an incredible job year in, year out. He's in the hunt, for the NCAA tournament and is the gold standard in the America East. And so, yeah, it was a good win for us. We had to play really well. They were hot at the time and hadn't lost at home in years in a non-conference game. So it was one we felt good about, and again, shows the potential that our group certainly has.
And you feel like having that older group, experienced group, and with younger guys mixed in, older guys really helping lead your team as well. Especially those post tough games. They've been on situations before. They're not scared of late game scenarios, clutch game scenarios. Talk about that older group you had, those older guys really stepping up for you and helping your team out right now.
Yeah, it's been a few years now that the kind of the torch has been passed down. So, this group that is now, third, fourth, and fifth years, that they were first, second year guys, with veterans kind of showing them the ropes. And I think they're doing a good job now. We do have 6 new faces in our program, which is a little bit new for us, but um, of showing the newer guys or the less experienced guys, what the day in, day out is like, what the responsibilities are, by both by example and by, some other leadership abilities that they have. But then in game, what you mentioned is significant too. Every game, you only get 30 some games in college basketball. And so, it takes a lot of time to build up experience in a lot of different situations, be it having a lead, different style of play, home games, road games, short rest, quick turnarounds. So yeah, I think the experience has certainly played out in that. We've played some close games in our conference, and maybe haven't played our best at times, but found ways in key moments to make the plays necessary. And I do think that experience is a huge part of that in college basketball.
And coach, what has Braden brought to you on and off the court for this program, man? Being a leader, he's playing well for you guys. And what's he meant to you, your team on and off the court, man?
I've been really fortunate as a head coach for a number of years now to have really good guard play. We've had players of the year and first team all league and guys who have gone on to be professionals. And he's fallen right in line with that. Both his statistics, his work ethic, the time he puts in studying film, working on his game, trying to be a leader in practice. He has the unique and challenging opportunity because he's really the only experienced backcourt guy, and he only has 1 year under his belt. So we're kind of expecting him, and sometimes it's not fair to be a fourth or fifth year caliber player when he's only got 1 year under his belt because of the inexperience of some of the other guards. And so he's done really well with that. He's performing well. He's continuing to work at the things that we've collectively targeted that he needs to improve on. And again, we feel really blessed to have him as our primary ball handler, as our decision maker, as the head of the snake, as I just told him watching film earlier today.
100%. And also, what's good about it, limiting those live ball turnovers too. We all know how it's going to end, or it's going to be a shot or a mix or a turnover. If you have them, unfortunately, let them not be live ball turnovers. About that aspect, limiting those live ball turnovers, get back in transition so you can set the potential defense and create havoc on that end of the floor as well.
Bossman, I'm gonna pipe you into the team meeting today. That's it. That's exactly. I think you got our locker room bugged or something. No, it's really true. I mean, I think sharing the ball is important, and our assisted field goals is something that we've always tried to accomplish. We do have some talented guys, but isolation basketball in the offensive end is not something that we have focused on. And so in that, you certainly need to also value possession. And so you're going to have some, when the ball's moving and bodies are moving, and you're going to have some turnovers. We also kind of track shot turnovers, meaning, when you choose to shoot a shot that's not a good shot for our team, it's sometimes the same as a live ball turnover. I'd rather you punt that thing into the upper deck and let us get our defense set. But I think our group is starting to understand that, and certainly working to value possessions and keep the opposition from getting some easy ones.
And also talk about this, Coach Langel. I see your team with active hands as well, stand in front of that ball, man. So talk about that piece of defense as well, especially this year with that charge not really being emphasized anymore. Really have active hands and stand in front of guys and not just standing and hoping to get hit in the chest there these days.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple of different spaces that we try and emphasize in that area. One is, like you said, being active at the rim. And so, while you might not step in and take a charge, that rule of verticality of, once you leave your feet and contest high, make that shot hard for the opposition to finish. We do have some big guys in and around the basket. And so even if you're not going to block it, if you can affect the trajectory of the shot, and then everybody else can kind of come down in and work to secure the rebound, that can be of help. The other thing that we really try and focus on, and again, we're still a work in progress in so many ways, is, the other teams, our league is really well coached, and there's a lot of intricate, schemes and offensive strategies is affecting the pass. And so, you may have your guy guarded and he's not getting by you to score, but if you can be, impacting the pass, delaying that ball from being on time and on target, even just a fraction of a second, sometimes that can knock off the rhythm of the opposition, and where a really good player gets the ball or doesn't even get the ball, maybe because your activity with your hands, might not create a steal or a turnover, but just kind of deterring that pass is something that we talk about a lot.
Yeah, defending those multiple actions, especially those second and third actions, second side actions, always that was very key, especially when you get onto seconds as well. Because you do all that hard work and then you don't get a rebound. It's just like, what are we doing? It's like, come on.
And you're turning into a coach more and more every time I talk to you.
I'm around Quinn Snyder, man. That's what happens when you're around Quinn Snyder, man. It might bring those guys, man. You pick up
Before we
stuff
know
here.
it, you're gonna be out of the media and behind the bench.
You got that. Hey, man, I don't want the headache you all have, man, but I love it, though. I love this game too much. Yeah, man, it's great, man. And your league, Coach Langel, man, is getting this. It's tough out there, man. I know you lost to LaFay and what you one lost, man, but Mike's doing a good job down there, man. But how tough this league is, man. The Patriot League, man. What you got going on down there, man? To get you guys, man.
Yeah, I think college basketball, wherever you look, conference games are so hard. Road environments, travel, young people, academics in our league is a big part of the experience, and so you got a 10-page paper due, or a big exam, or homework assignment, or you're playing even at home at 7 o'clock at night, but you got 3 hours of class during the day. You might have a meeting for a project with your some peers. So yeah, the league is competitive. I know we didn't have a ton of non-conference success, but every night out, as cliche as it sounds, like anybody can get anybody, and so when we're all playing for that same prize of a regular season championship and seeding and home court advantage for that conference playoffs, that's a big deal. And so it's again cliche, but night in, night out, you got to be as focused you can be and as ready as you can be, and because they're all hard games at this time of the year.
You got that right. You got what's up with American. What are you saying for those guys on the film, Coach Langel, as you prepare for those guys?
Yeah, they're a talented offensive group. We played Monday night on national TV against Lehigh, so we've got a little bit a chance to dig down deeper. They've got they've got a new coaching staff, so they're playing a little bit different brand of basketball. Coach Simkins hasn't playing fast and shooting a lot, and sometimes early in the clock, but they've got a great combination of size inside and some offensive firepower in the paint, and then a dynamic point guard in Elijah Stevens, and they've really shot the ball well. They did pretty well in the non-conference, and they've got 3-4 guys at a time who can make threes in a possession, and sometimes their center can step out and shoot. Again, they're a talented team on the offensive end. That'll be a great challenge for us this weekend.
No doubt. Coach Langel, it's good to chat with you, brother. Always good to catch up with you, man. And I look forward to seeing you on live period again as always, buddy.
All right, take care. It's good to hear from you.
All right, buddy. Be safe, man.
Take care.
All right.